The 2026 Toyota BZ's mid-cycle refresh goes somewhat beyond the usual. First, the name sheds some characters. Gone is for X, leaving just BZ. It's short for Beyond Zero, Toyota's planned nomenclature for electrified vehicles that's now been quietly shelved. But the bigger story is in the powertrain. A slightly larger battery pack is teamed with new permanent magnet motors to deliver more punch whether you go front or all-wheel drive. The BZ can also go farther on a charge, a major sore spot from before when compared to the competition. We drove a 2026 Toyota BZ Limited AWD and came away pleased with the changes. Now packing a slightly larger 74.7 kilowatt-hour battery and a combined 338 horsepower, this version of Toyota's electric SUV feels noticeably more eager and refined. It also ditches its CCS plug in favor of the now standard North American Charging Standard, NCS, aka the Tesla port, making it easier to juice up on the go. These upgrades alone make the new BZ a far more compelling choice than before. In the fiercely competitive electric SUV segment, the BZ4X stuck out, but not in a good way. With a range of just 222 to 252 miles, depending on the spec, it lagged well behind rivals such as the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6, which both comfortably clear the 300-mile range mark. The 2026 BZ isn't a range champ now, but it is a lot better with much more respectable figures of 235 to 314 miles. There are also now two battery packs. The prior pack increases from 71.4 kilowatt-hours to 74.7 kilowatt-hours, while a smaller, 57.7 kilowatt-hour pack is now used in the base model. However, even the base model has more range than before despite the smaller battery. Another welcome upgrade for the 2026 Toyota BZ is that healthy boost in horsepower for all-wheel drive models. The new BZ finally feels quick enough to hang with the pack. Toyota claims a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 4.9 seconds. We'll wait to put this EV through its paces with our testing equipment before stamping it official. However, it's not all brighter sunshine and quicker acceleration. The base BZ, specifically the XLE with front-wheel drive, makes just 168 horsepower. We didn't get seat time in that version, but it sounds like a recipe for sluggish acceleration and a heavy feel. Step up to the XLE FWD Plus or Limited FWD, and you'll get a more respectable 221 horsepower, which should be fine for daily driving. In terms of styling, the awkward black body panels that made the front end look bulky and weird are gone. The new body color panels are sleeker and give the 2026 BZ a cleaner, more polished, and less ugly look. One area the BZ4X got right was ride quality. The 2026 BZ carries that torch forward. It glides over broken pavement and potholes with confidence, keeping the cabin calm and quiet. In fact, this is one of the nicest riding Toyotas we've experienced. Body control stays tight through corners, and the handling feels settled and refined overall. It's the kind of composure you'd expect from a more premium badge. We do wish Toyota had added more noise mitigation, as tire noise becomes quite noticeable at speeds above 50 miles per hour. Some extra NVH tuning or sound insulating glass could go a long way toward making the driving experience feel as refined as the ride. The steering strikes a nice balance, soft enough for comfort, but connected enough to keep you engaged behind the wheel. The more powerful members of the lineup actually deliver some fun now. The 2026 Toyota BZ keeps the same overall dimensions as the outgoing BZ4X, with just a slight bump in ground clearance by about 1/8 of an inch. Its wheelbase is longer than the freshly unveiled 2026 Toyota RAV4s, translating to seriously a spacious interior. Backseat passengers get generous head and legroom, and with a flat floor, 3 adults can sit comfortably without feeling cramped. Cargo space is no slouch either, 27.7 cubic feet behind the second row and a whopping 94.4 cubic feet when the seats are folded down. There's plenty of room for gear, groceries, or weekend adventures. The interior is a mostly inoffensive place, but we still don't love the speedometer's placement above the steering wheel rather than behind it. That pushes the steering wheel lower than usual, making for a somewhat awkward driving position that takes time to get used to. The BZ's new center console and 14.0-inch touchscreen with integrated temperature control knobs and a row of buttons below it is directly lifted from the new 2026 Toyota C-Char. Below the updated dashboard are two prominent wireless phone charging pads. Everything is visible all the time, especially that new row of fixed soft buttons below the screen, a welcome change over the outgoing model's more clustered, touch-sensitive climate controls that made it too easy to punch the wrong button while driving. The 2026 BZ's charging speed does not increase. All models still top out at 150 kilowatts, which is average for the segment, and it means the BZ can't take full advantage of those ultra-fast 350 kilowatts chargers popping up around the country. Toyota estimates it takes about 30 minutes to go from 10 to 80%, which is noticeably slower than rivals like the Hyundai Ioniq 5, which can hit that mark in just 18 minutes. Those looking for a state-of-the-art EV won't necessarily find it in the BZ, but they will find a meaningfully updated SUV that brings Toyota's usual strengths to the electric world, namely a smooth ride and roomy interior.